Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today we are going to discuss Kostanecki reaction. This reaction is basically about the formation of carbon-oxygen bond. This carbon-oxygen bond is created in such a way that we interact or react 2-hydroxy-phenyl ketone or 2-hydroxy-aryl ketone or ortho-hydroxy-phenyl ketone, ortho-hydroxy-aryl ketone with acetic anhydride or some other anhydride, acid anhydride. So due to reaction of an acid anhydride and ortho-hydroxy-phenyl or aryl ketone, we get two types of product at the same time, which have difference or variation in their formation or in their percentages, but both occur both products are formed at the same time in the same reaction condition. One of the product is coumarin, which is also a compound which bear lactone type functionality in it, and second is the chromone. Both are formed at the same time. The coumarin product is 3 and 4 substituted product, and similarly the chromone product is 2 substituted chromone product. In today's lecture we shall discuss about the formation of coumarins through this Kostanecki reaction. First we shall discuss the general introduction to Kostanecki reaction, then general features of this reaction, introduction to coumarins and other different methods which are used for the formation of coumarin are also summarized here. Then the mechanism for coumarin formation, explanation of each step of formation, and then some synthetic applications will be discussed in today's lecture. Kostanecki reaction was first introduced in 1901, about 1 century ago. It was presented by Kostanecki and Rzycki. Both scientists presented tried to synthesize coumarin by using the 2-hydroxy-aryl ketones. This reaction is also known as Kostanecki acylation or Kostanecki-Robinson reaction. Kostanecki acylation is a method used to form chromones or coumarins by acylation of ortho-hydroxy-aryl ketones or ortho-hydroxy-phenyl ketones with aliphatic acid anhydrides, followed by cyclization. First step is the reaction with the acetic anhydride, and then the second step is the cyclization of this O-acylated product into coumarin or chromone. First step is same for both coumarins and chromones, that is the O-acylation, acylation at the hydroxy group, oxygen of hydroxy group of this ortho-hydroxy-aryl ketone. But the next step is different for both coumarins and chromones, and as the chances of the second step are equal for moving towards the coumarin and chromone, so both products are achieved here because the reaction conditions favor both types of reactions. If we use benzic anhydride, that is aromatic anhydride, acid anhydride, instead of aliphatic anhydride, then we get the chromone, which have specially name of flavone, and this is reaction is also known as Allen-Robinson reaction for the synthesis of flavone. Here is the general representation of this reaction. Here in first reaction you can see an acid, aliphatic acid anhydride is treated with 2-hydroxyacetophenone or ortho-hydroxyacetophenone, and after the reaction of these both reagents we get two types of product. The top product is basically a chromone, which is also known as Allen-Robinson reaction, and the second product is a coumarin, which is called Kostenecki acylation reaction basically. Here the difference is that in both of the product, in first product or the top product, you can see the oxygen and ketonic carbonyl are at 1,4 position, but in coumarin and second product you can see the oxygen and carbonyl are adjacent to each other in the form of a lactone, and we get this cyclic ring here, which is substituted at 3 and 4th position. Oxygen is given the 1 position, carbonyl carbon is 2nd position, then next carbon which is now attached to R is 3rd position, and the methyl carbon, the carbon to which methyl is attached, is 4th one. Similar numbering is for the chromone, the top product also, in which you can see the 2nd position is substituted by the group which has come from the acid anhydride. The second reaction is also a general representation of this Kostenecki reaction. Here you can see the number 1 reactant, which is treated with an anhydride and converted into product number 2 and 3. Here you can see the blue color of the anhydride part, which is going to be involved or attached to the 2-hydroxy phenyl or allyl ketone, and here you can see when there is formation of chromone, then the anhydride carbon is attached as number 2 position, but in case of coumarin, the anhydride moieties are attached as number 2 and 3 carbon, number 2 and 3 position. So this is the overview of this Kostenecki reaction. In 2011, Lee et al., Lee and the co-workers published a synthetic method for the preparation of 4 aryl coumarins, which is based on the Kostenecki reaction, but it was mediated by DBU. The structure of DBU is given at the end of this slide, which is also named as 1,8-diazo bicyclo 5,4,0 andexamine. DBU is the abbreviation of this name. D for diazo, B for bicyclo, and U for andexamine. The old Kostenecki-Robinson reaction, or you can say the classical Kostenecki-Robinson reaction, had some drawbacks, like severe reaction conditions are required for this reaction, and also the yield of the products are too very low with the basic Kostenecki-Robinson reaction. But Lee and co-workers mediated or formulated this Kostenecki reaction by using DBUA mediated Kostenecki-Robinson reaction in acetonitrile, and they found the reaction proceeded at room temperature, and also in some cases they have to apply some reflex conditions, but mostly the reaction proceeded at room temperature, and the product yields were too much high as compared to that of basic or classical Kostenecki reaction. Here you can see the example of the work or journal scheme for the work performed by Lee and co-authors and co-workers. Here you can see the 2-hydroxy benzophenone. Both the benzene rings of this 2-hydroxy or ortho-hydroxy benzophenone are substituted, one with R1 group, second with R2 group, and they were treated in with acetic anhydride in DBU with acetonitride as solvent, and room temperature was applied, and in some cases there was reflux, and the time taken overall for these 4 synthesized compounds was 8 through 30 hours, and in some the yield ranges from 53 to 89%. Here you can see the different moieties, different structures. The 4 different molecules of coumarines include in one molecule both the R1 and R2 groups are hydrogen, and in second molecule R1 group was 5-methyl, that is methyl group at the 5th position of this ring, and R2 was the hydrogen. In third type of coumarine, the 5th position was substituted with fluoro, and R1 and R2 group was 4-chloro, that 4th position of the benzoyl moiety is substituted with chloro. And in the 5th type of coumarine, 2 methyl groups were substituted in place of R1 at 4 and 5th position, and in place of R2 there was 4-methyl substitution. So these 4 different coumarines were synthesized by this group, and they found too much better yields, better reaction conditions as compared to that of classical Kostenacki-Robinson reaction. Here at the end of the slide, structure of the DBU is given, which is termed as 1,8-diaz. Di mean 2, Az mean nitrogen. 2 nitrogens are present here, and which are present at 1 and 8 position. Here you can see the numbering. One nitrogen is given number 1 position, and the second is given number 8 position. Bicyclo, because 2 rings are present there, and 540 are showing the number of carbon number of ring members. It is not only the carbon atom, it can be heterocyclic atom also, and these ring members are numbered here. For example, 5 number showing here. You can see on the left side the large ring of this includes 5 members, 5 carbons, 1 2 3 4 5, and the right side 6-membered ring is including 3 carbon, and 4th one is the nitrogen. So total 4 is for this ring, and 0 is for the bridge which is attaching the 2 cycles, the bond which is attaching the linking the 2 cycles. And here you can see there is no third atom between these 2 bridging atoms, so it is termed as 0 here. Undecane for 11 elements. Here total 11 members are there. 7 of 1 and 4 total number of members are you can see carbon plus heterocyclic atom is 11, and the 7-ene mean there is double bond at the 7th position, so it is named in this way. Here is some general introduction to coumarines. Coumarines are the heterocyclic compounds, which is also in general coumarine. The simplest coumarine, the structure of simplest coumarine is shown here, and in general this coumarine is named as 2H-chromine 2-on or 2H1 benzopyrene 2-on or 1 benzopyrene 2-on. As you can see the structure along with the numbering, oxygen is of the heterocyclic ring is numbered 1, and then carbonyl carbon is number 2, and so on. We are moving towards the other ring 3 4, then the 5th carbon is of the other ring, 5th 6th 7 8 and 9th 10th are on the bridge carbon. This is the general structure for the coumarine, and it can be placed in the class of benzopyrone. benzo because there is benzene ring is present, and this 6-membered ring having oxygen and then carbonyl group is pyrrone, which is also linking to the lactone class. Pyrrones are pyranones contain an unsaturated 6-membered ring which with one oxygen atom and a ketone functional group. There are two types, as you can see at the top of this slide: 2-pyrrone and 4-pyrrone. 2-pyrrone are alpha pyrrone and 4-pyrrone are gamma pyrrone. Here you can see the 2-pyrrone for the, because oxygen is given number 1, heterocyclic oxygen present in the heterocyclic ring is given number 1, and the carbonyl carbon is number 2. In the 4-pyrrone the oxygen is given number 1 and the carbonyl carbon will be given number 4, so it is called 4-pyrrone or gamma pyrrone. 2-pyrrone or alpha pyrrone are the found in the coumarin molecules, and the 4-pyrrone or gamma pyrrone are found in the chromone, maltol and kojic acid like molecules. Here you can see the structure of chromone and maltol and also the kojic acid. The structures are given for better understanding here. Here are some reactions, different reactions given which are used for the coumarin formation in addition to this Kostenecki reaction. And here is the first reaction is NO-AY-NaHL condensation reaction, which uses 2-hydroxybenzaldehyde or 2-formyl phenol and 2-hydroxy naphthyl benzaldehyde, 1-naphthyl 1-benzaldehyde, 1-naphthyl aldehyde, 2-hydroxy 1-naphthyl aldehyde, or you can say 1-formyl 2-naphthol. Both of them were treated with ethyl ester, substituted ethyl ester, and this substituted ethyl ester can be contain R2 groups, which can be another esters functionality or ketone functionality or cyano functionality. R1 substitution can be with different electron donating or withdrawing groups, and we get the product of coumarin here, and two types of conditions were applied. First condition used nano zinc oxide at temperature 120 degrees C, and due to microwaves the time taken for the reaction completion was 4 to 9 minutes only. In second type of conditions, nano zinc oxide was again used at 100 degrees C, but in the absence of microwaves radiations, and so the time taken was 34 to 32 minutes. The yield was found to be better for condition 1 using microwave radiations. Here you can see in the above molecule, condition A presented 62 to 95%, but B presented 45 to 88, and similarly for the second molecule, condition A presented 91 to 92% and condition B presented 81 to 87% yields. Second reaction used for the synthesis of coumarin is Pechmann condensation reaction, which uses phenols and esters, substituted esters, in the presence of simple arrhenius acids or Lewis acids. La stands for Lewis acids. We get the coumarin formation. And second method is the Michael addition reaction, which uses the ortho-hydroxybenzaldehyde, substituted benzaldehyde, and it is treated with alpha aryl ketene dithioacetals, piperidine as a solvent, tetrahydrofuran solvent reflux, and 12 to 15 hour we get the product of 3-aryl coumarins with 74 to 95% yield. So So many other reactions have also been used for the synthesis of coumarin, like Wittig reaction has been used after a number of steps, and also like Baylis-Hillman reaction has been used after a number of steps. So we have only discussed here some specific or special reaction which are specially used for the synthesis of coumarin. This is the overall mechanism for the coumarin formation under this Kostanecki reaction. First, you can see here we have taken the example of 2-hydroxyacetophenone, and here you can see the attack of lone pair of oxygen of hydroxy group on the electrophilic carbon of carbonyl of acetic anhydride. The double bond is broken and converted into single bond. Oxygen gets the negative charge, but this here this oxygen is shown on the product side is in the form of protonated. This proton has come can be from this hydroxy proton, the hydroxy group. The proton of hydroxy group has shifted toward this oxygen, and we get this hydrogen substituted hydroxy group. In the next step, this hydrogen is removed, and we again get the carbon oxygen double bond along with the removal of acetate ion, which gets this proton in the form of carboxylic acid, and we are removed as a byproduct with carboxylic acid, and along with the main product of O substituted, O acylated acetophenone. So overall, in this first step, we have transferred acyl group from acetic anhydride to the oxygen of this hydroxy group. In the second step, we move through the enolization, and here you can see the enolization step is a formation of enol functionality, that is the carbonyl oxygen gets proton from the alpha carbon, and there is double bond created between this carbonyl carbon and alpha carbon. This more functionality, as it contains an alkene and an alcohol, so both are combined to name as enol. After this enolization, we get the next step in which hydrogen of this enol hydroxy is removed, and the sigma bond moves towards the carbon, making their double bond. The alkene pi electrons moves towards the carbonyl carbon of acetophenone to attack there as a nucleophile, and the oxygen gets the negative charge. This oxygen can be protonated from the above hydrogen of the hydroxy group. This ring formation is also named as 6-exo trig ring closure, and we get the final this formation of coumarin along with the substitution in which here you can see the position number 3. First number is for oxygen, second for carbon of carbonyl group, and third carbon is bearing R group and H group, and the fourth carbon is bearing methyl group and hydroxy group. These both H and OH groups are removed in the form of water in the next third step. After the removal of water, we get their double bond, and so with the dehydration, we are now with the formation of coumarin molecule, which is substituted at third and fourth positions. So this is the overall mechanism for this coumarin formation. A term was used in the last complete mechanism of coumarin formation, that is 6-exo trig. Here I am going to explain what is meant by this term 6-exo trig. The heading is given here, ring closure. It can be 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 member depending upon the size of the ring, or you can say the attachment, or basically this is 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 is numbered according to the ring cyclic ring formed or you can say these are the carbon atoms which are involved in the ring formation. Second is the attack of for the formation of these rings can be exo or can be endo. What is the difference between exo and endo? You can see here in the first example, which is going to form 5-exo tet closure. Here the number 1 position carbon is going to attack on this double bond from internal side, or you can say from the site, that carbon, double bonded carbon, which is inside of the chain, and we get the 5-membered ring along with the breakage of the double bond. This is exo attack, and we name it exo. 5 for the 5 number of carbon involved in the ring formation, exo for this attack, kind of attack. Here you can see the second example in which one position is going to attack as number 6, and the double bond is moving inside, and here in this case there are 6 carbon involved in the ring formation, so it is termed as 6, and this attack is named as endo when the attack is from on that carbon which is out of the chain or at the end of the chain, then this attack is named as endo. As you can see the second point, if intermediate ends up outside of the ring, attack is termed exo, and if it ends up inside the newly formed ring, the attack is called endo. The exo attack is thermodynamically less stable but better orbital overlap in the chair like exo transition state favors its formation. So in most of the reaction, exo is favored over endo. Here you can see the ratio written at the bottom of this slide. Exo ratio endo is 98 and 2% for this reaction. So so a large number of differences here. So exo, due to more favorable conditions, move in better way as compared to endo attack. The third thing was here was tet for tetrahedral, trig for trigonal, or dig for digonal. Tet for tetrahedral mean, here you can see 5-exo tet closure, and tet for tetrahedral geometry. The molecule which is going to attack, that is number 1 carbon, which is going to attack on the 5th position or 6th position, is having the sp3 hybridization, and so it is tetrahedral in geometry. Its geometry is shown by this tet. So it was named as 5-exo tet closure or 6-endo tet closure. In our case, there was attack due to double bond, that is sp2 hybridization, and which we know that sp2 hybridization has trigonal geometry, so it was named as trig for trigonal, and dig is used for diagonal, that is for triple bond type attack. Here is another mechanism given for coumarin formation, and this mechanism is basically to explain the formation of coumarin if in the presence of a base. The last mechanism we have discussed was in the absence of a base, only acetic anhydride was used, and which was acting as the base and was removing the proton and so on. But in this case we have a special base like sodium acetate. Here in this case acetic anhydride, and along with acetic anhydride sodium acetate is used as a base. If base is used, then the attack has some specific way of attack, and we get a little bit change in the mechanism. Here you can see 2-hydroxy benzophenone. In first step, in the presence of base, O is acylated, and here you can see base in the presence of base, the O acylated product is moved in such a way that the negative charge or you can say this O acylated is moved towards the enolization step, and as the hydrogen of enol or alcohol OH group of enol functionality has been removed by the base, so we are getting here the O minus charge. This negative charge moves towards the carbon, making their double bond, and the double bonded carbon is going to attack as a nucleophile on the orthoketonic carbonyl, and at the same time oxygen gets the negative charge. That negative charge is balanced by the positive part of the base. Here you can see this negative charge gets the proton from the protonated base, and neutral base is removed here, and we get this cyclized form. After this cyclization, there is a removal of hydrogen by the base, and double bond towards the carbonyl carbon. Oxygen gets the negative charge, then oxygen moves, negative charge moves back, double bond moves to the next carbon, that is 3 and 4 carbon, and OH group is removed here by the base, and we get here double bond. And so in the final step after the removal of water, we get the formation of coumarin here. Here is the stepwise discussion. Step 1 is about the acylation of the hydroxy group, that is, there is reaction between ortho-hydroxy, aryl ketone and anhydride. Here you can see the attack of the lone pair of oxygen from hydroxy group to the carbon electrophilic center carbon of carbonyl in acetic anhydride and in acid anhydride, and the pi bond is broken and oxygen gets the negative charge. In the next step, before going to next step, here we should explain there are two types of lone pair in this 2-hydroxy acetophenone functionality. One type of lone pair is on the oxygen of hydroxy group, and the other two lone pairs are on the oxygen of carbonyl carbon of acetophenone. But the attack is from the hydroxy and not that from of carbonyl oxygen. This thing can be explained because this oxygen is showing more nucleophilic character, and this nucleophilic character may be due to sp3 hybridization of this oxygen, but oxygen of carbonyl functionality is sp2 hybridized, and so lone pair will be little bit less nucleophilic as compared to this hydroxy, and we are getting moving through this hydroxy functionality. This reaction pathway is now in the absence of base. So after the attack of hydroxy on the carbonyl, we get the next intermediate in which oxygen is now getting negative charge, and the hydroxy oxygen is getting positive charge due to 3 bonds. And in the next step, the negatively charged oxygen attacks on the proton, remove this proton, and oxygen positive charge of oxygen has also been removed, and we get this thing in which now OH oxygen, O minus oxygen is now has been converted into hydroxy group. In the next step, the neighboring lone pair of carbonyl attacks on this hydrogen of hydroxy group, and the sigma bond between OH group moves towards the carbon oxygen single bond, making their double bond, and at the same time carbon oxygen single bond is broken, moving towards the acetic towards the anhydride functionality carbonyl, and making their carbon oxygen double bond. And so in this way we have byproduct of carboxylic acid along with the formation of O acylated product. This mechanism, this step can be achieved if we use a base. Here you can see at the bottom of this slide, sodium acetate has been used as a base. The negative charge oxygen acetate ion attacks as a base on the hydrogen, and oxygen gets the negative charge. This negatively charged oxygen then attacks on the carbon of the anhydride functionality, and at the same time carbon oxygen double bond, pi bond is broken, oxygen gets the negative charge, and then this negative charge moves back for the formation of double bond, and the carbon oxygen bond of anhydride functionality has been broken, along with the formation of carbon oxygen double bond, and the other oxygen gets the negative charge. This negatively charged oxygen is counterbalanced by the sodium ion, and we get the sodium acetate as the byproduct. That is, base which was used acts as a catalyst and now is returned back with the formation of O acylated product with anhydride. Second thing which can be discussed here, in the first step of the top of the reaction, you see the attack of hydroxy lone pair on the anhydride carbonyl carbon, and we get the product, intermediate product. This intermediate now in this case O minus is attacking on the proton and is getting converted into OH. This hydrogen can be removed by the other carbonyl oxygen of the anhydride functionality, but as we know that negatively charged oxygen sp3 hybridized oxygen is more nucleophilic as compared to neutral sp2 hybridized oxygen. So therefore proton of this oxygen is removed by the O minus negatively charged oxygen, and we move towards the further reaction. This is the second step for the coumarin formation, which is simple cyclization, and first there is enolization, formation of enol, and then the second after enolization there is cyclization step or ring closure. Here you can see ring closure moves in such a way that the carbonyl oxygen having two lone pairs of this acetophenone functionality attacks on the hydrogen of the enol functionality, and the carbon oxygen hydrogen sigma bond moves towards the carbon oxygen, making their double bond. Carbon carbon double bond moves towards the second carbon, and that carbon attacks on the carbonyl carbon after converting it, acting as a nucleophile, and the carbon oxygen double bond is broken, which moves toward the oxygen, and oxygen uses that electron for the formation of bond with hydrogen, and we get this functionality in which now third position is with RH group and fourth position is with methyl and OH group. In the next step there is removal of water. The neighboring oxygen attacks on the hydrogen. Hydrogen bond moves towards the carbon carbon, making the double bond, and at the same time carbon oxygen bond is moved away, and we get the removal of H2O, OH group, hydroxy group in the form of water, as water is a good living group. So we get the formation of coumarin, or you can say 3,4 substituted coumarin. Here are some synthetic applications of this Kostenacki reaction for the formation of coumarin. Here you can see the first example, which we have also discussed in the start of this lecture under the introduction of general features of this Kostenacki reaction, where Lee and their co-workers synthesize this product. And the second example here is the 2-hydroxy benzophenone, which on reaction with anhydride in DBU and acetonitrile at room temperature we get the product with 53 to 89% yield. And second one is also using the DBU acetonitrile room temperature conditions, and we get the yield with 35 to 60% yield. So both of the reactions produced coumarin in good yields, and the substituted coumarins were prepared in good yield. So this is all about of today's lecture on Kostenacki reaction about the formation of coumarin.